Renzo, are you a good sleeper? Do you sleep well?
That's a kind of a loaded question because I will say this, I'm a heavy sleeper. I fall asleep very easily, and once I'm asleep, I can sleep through loud noises, alarms, unfortunately. But I'm also an early waker, and I'm very, like a morning person once I'm awake. But does that mean I'm a good sleeper?
I
I don't
mean, do
know.
you sleep 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours
Ugh,
at night, or you sleep less
no,
than that and you feel tired?
I don't sleep enough, but I don't feel tired most days.
Okay. Let's change the question.
Okay, okay,
If
okay.
you were a very bad sleeper, if you let's say you suffer from insomnia
Ah,
and I told you, hey, there's an expensive mattress that you can use to sleep better, how much would you pay for that mattress?
how much would I pay for a mattress? Okay, a mattress that promises that I'll have the best sleep of my life.
Uh-huh.
That kind of okay. $1,000.
$1,000. Okay.
That's probably like the average price of a mattress. I don't even know.
I think it's more expensive, but
Okay.
I'm tying this to the expression of today. The
Oh,
expression of today, because this show is called,
just a Spanish phrase.
and in every show we discuss
An expression from the Spanish language. Of course, we're talking about it here in English so that we can bring everyone in on the discussion. But if you go to newsandslowspanish.com, you can hear the Spanish phrase in Spanish. But forget about that.
today's
Today's.
Spanish phrase is costar un ojo de la cara. How would you translate that?
Okay, literally, that is to cost an eye off your face.
Okay. And the reason why I'm bringing to you, we're going to talk about the origin of this expression later, but I need to get this out of my chest because I think it's outrageous. I read an article yesterday at the New York Times, the wire cutter.
Wire cutter,
Yeah.
yes.
There was this woman who said she slept on a mattress. I'm not going to say the price of the mattress yet. And she said, yeah, it was the best sleep of her life. It was amazing. And I stopped reading because even if it's like, I don't know, if you sleep like a baby and if you wake up like 10 years younger, I think it's outrageous to pay that price for that mattress. It's un ojo de la cara, the
Oh my
price of
God.
that
How much?
mattress.
I'm scared now. How much is this mattress?
$56,000.
Come on.
Seriously. It's like,
50.
who even charges for that? I thought if I had all the money in the world, I would not pay $56,000 for a mattress.
That's insanity.
It's immorality.
It's immoral. Yes. To charge that much for a mattress? What is that mattress made of?
I don't know. I think it's made by hand and it has like blah, blah, blah. Blah. I
It
don't
must
care.
be made from the silk extracted from oysters that's made in Italy, that like the most expensive fabric in the world. Have you heard about this one?
No.
Okay, that's for a different episode.
It also costs un ojo de la cara?
Yes, it's the most expensive silk in the world. There's okay, I have to research that
Or
one
it's
more.
like the burger that they add gold to the
Oh,
burger.
yeah, the
so
gold
it's the
leaf
most
burger.
expensive burger in the world. It's like, I think people just like to say, hey, I paid un ojo de la cara for this thing.
Yeah.
See, I have money, you know?
Yeah. Or, also to complain usually. But in this case, we're not talking about complaining. So in English, the equivalent would be to cost an arm and a leg.
So what is the origin of costar un ojo de la cara? And I know you researched too on cost an arm and a leg.
Yes.
So tell us.
Okay, so like so many expressions, especially the ones that go way back, we have many possible origins. But one very popular theory for the origin of costar un ojo de la cara goes back to the era of the Spanish conquest of the Americas.
Los conquistadores.
Los conquistadores, yeah, boo. I mean, it's pretty widely accepted they were kind of awful people. So one of these awful people, Diego de Almagro, a Spanish conquistador who was very active in the campaign to subjugate the Incas in South America. So he was working with Francisco Pizarro. You've heard of that one, right?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Diego de Almagro was, doing his usual thing. Subjugating the Native Americans, and generally causing, war and destruction. And he was shot by a native with an arrow, and apparently it struck him on or near the eye, and he lost that eye.
And since then, we say that cost you an eye?
Yes. So if you think about it that way, the conquest of the Americas cost un ojo de la cara.
Oh, Oh, very interesting.
A very high price to pay.
What's interesting to me is like the expression in English is very similar to cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah, that's where it gets fascinating. So throughout history and in many, many languages, we find examples of expressions that talk about losing a piece of your body. So clearly, it's something that has been very present in people's minds for a very long time. And it makes sense because your body is the most precious possession you have, and it's the one you have from the very beginning. And,
your body and your time. Time is a precious possession. But we'll go back to that
that's deep.
at the end of the show.
That's for another episode.
The value of things. Okay.
Okay, but back to your body and the value of the pieces of your body, especially before technology allowed us to replace some of those pieces or repair some of those pieces. Losing an eye, permanent. Losing an arm or a leg, permanent. So it's a very high price to pay. Some people think that it goes back to the ancient law, the Code of Hammurabi in Mesopotamia.
Ojo por ojo, diente por diente.
Yes.
Eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Exactly. And there we're talking about the economy of body parts, basically, right? The cost. What is the relative cost of a part of your body? And if you commit a crime, you pay for it with a part of your body, a heinous crime, hopefully. Not just like petty. Well, actually, that's what they did, right?
If you committed a
theft, they cut your arm off.
Hand. Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty extreme.
If you committed perjury, they cut your tongue.
So the idea of the price of parts of your body is ancient, and we've been talking about it for a very long time, and many expressions come from it. Now, are there really interesting theories about this? Like the specifics of why are we talking about an eye, Diego de Almagro, right? Or why are we talking about arms and legs in English? This one's really interesting. One theory is that it goes back to the era of portraits, painting portraits of people who could afford such a thing, right? And if you just got a painting of your face and your bust, shoulders up, that had a price. But if you wanted to include your torso with your arms, that cost a little more. And if you wanted a full body painting, arms and legs.
Oh, wow.
That's the most expensive one.
The most expensive costs an arm and a leg. That's fascinating. I'm going to stay with that theory because it's my favorite. But talking about body parts and value, I have a friend I go out with and she told me the other day, you know what? I'm rich. I was like, oh yeah, really? I didn't know that. He's like, yes. Do you know how much these eyes cost in the black market? And this liver and this kidney and these 2 legs? I'm loaded. I just decide not to sell those.
Well, that's a really, really nice outlook on life. Yeah.
And I kind of agree. Like I wouldn't change, my time or any, like my eyes, my mouth for any amount of money. Would you?
No, absolutely not. But going back to the expression and your question about this mattress. I don't know how much an eyeball goes for on the black market. I haven't done that research.
That mattress, I think, costs un ojo de la cara.
Cuesta un ojo de la cara.
Un ojo de la cara and a kidney and a liver. That's a lot. I think it costs more than un ojo de la cara.
Yeah, but back to that question, would I pay $56,000 un ojo de la cara for the best sleep of my life? I can't say that I would. And I have a confession to make.
Ooh.
My mattress, it's one of those that came in the mail. Like compressed. It's
Me
like a
too.
foam mattress.
Yes.
They're so comfortable though. Maybe I don't know because I don't have a $56,000 mattress, but I think they're so comfortable.
You know what I think? I think I could not sleep if I knew I'm sleeping in a $56,000
You're right.
bed.
The anxiety about the debt.
Yes.
Well, for me, I would have debt. Maybe someone who can afford $56,000 for a mattress, they sleep soundly.
Even if I could afford it, I would be like, am I wrong to be doing this? I would be fall asleep thinking, oh my God, this is $56,000.
Have I made a huge mistake?
Yes, I think this is not right. And my mind would not be able to rest. So.
Also because a mattress to me is like a consumable good. It's not something you're going to inherit. You're not going to pass it down to your children.
What if you get bed bugs on a $56,000 mattress?
Oh my, yeah. There you go. So is it worth it?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Cuesta un ojo de la cara.
All right, but this episode was free. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you next time on Just a Spanish Phrase.
Remember to subscribe.
Adios.
Bye.